Hello and welcome to Nathan's channel. Oh, let's see. Today, we might as well talk about a movie specifically. I bet many of you have heard of the movie Descendants. Since they're not actually showing a video or just a case, everyone knows about this movie. Hopefully, one of Disney's newest musicals. Um, Again, I didn't plan anything. I'm just making it up as I go along. Everyone knows about this movie being how four children and get chosen by a prince that is soon to be king in a few months. And, of course, the kids are against it at first, but then once they learn how good it can be to be good, they change slowly but surely. Of course, I'm not allowed how YouTube rules and copyright rules to say much about it, but there are a few things about it that everyone knows. But let's talk about popularity first. Obviously, it was one of the better movies Disney has ever made. Hey, because I bet lots of you that are watching this video would agree that with all the Disney princesses and Disney stories, such as, if you guys ever seen the show Once Upon a Time, lots of people love the idea, and hopefully everyone that watches this love the idea of many different characters and tales all in one world, and making it where they interact, where the stories connect, such as Rumpelstiltskin, aka the crocodile when it comes to Captain Hook, and Miss Swan being a savior, the daughter of Snow White, and blah 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 blah. Now, what if there was some other things that merged in and that aren't fairy tales? Like, let me think. What about some animes or even video game characters, perhaps? They did that with the movie Pixels. But what if there were even those merged together? As all of you, if you recorded the series or watched it, as the newest episode to Once Upon a Time was all the Dark Ones from the past have been resurrected through the gates of hell from Captain Hook because he got blood from Gold, aka Rumpelstiltskin, aka one of the Dark Ones before Emma. I'm not sure how much I can actually say from copyrights and all that, considering... yeah. So, that's one good series. Then, and let's see, there are video games that everyone knows about. Kingdom Hearts is another good one, but since only a few characters travel through the worlds, one thing would be cool if Kingdom Hearts made either the movie, the creators of Kingdom Hearts, make a movie where all the worlds somehow join together from a portal collapsing or whatever. Considering all the Heartless, there's travel through Shadow, and Sora, Donald, Goofy travel through gummy ships. Yeah. But what if all those worlds totally got meshed together from dimensional breaches? Just like they did, just like the gummy ships have the power to travel through those different worlds. So, imagine Aladdin meeting the Beast. What if Jafar met Maleficent? Well, of course, all the villains met each other because of Maleficent, and in that video game, but they didn't go to each other's worlds, for Hollow Bastion wasn't anyone's world besides the Final Fantasy characters, such as Cloud, what's his name, Orin, Yuffie, Yuna, but of course Yuffie and Yuna, no, Yuffie, Yuna, and Pain. They didn't show up to the second game, Kingdom Hearts. There's tiny little fairies, in other words, since they're just treasure hunters, they go for whoever pays the most. But since they had good in their hearts, they decided to side with the light permanently, ever since, and because Maleficent cowardly ran away in the second game halfway through, perhaps, maybe more, or from the nobodies. Then of course, there's other theories that could happen, and such as all the worlds Sora and them went through could have left the portal for any of them to travel to each world, which would of course cause panic and mayhem, but as long as no more Heartless Earths appear, the worlds can be safe. Let's also talk about, I think, Birth by Sleep. That was the next game ever made. Everyone knows it has 3 parts to play. First, depends, but I haven't since the game had glitches after a while on the remix, because that's the only way I played it, the remix, so I didn't get very far. Everyone knows on the remix there are 3 games, same with the first one. And that even on Birth by Sleep, it's on original, it has 3 games in one. So, people say it would be best to play Aqua last, since she has 2 extra parts to her. Considering, yeah, I did Aqua first, she was the easiest, and I'm a Magic fan more than brute strength or balanced. And it's like, Terra was brute strength, and Ven was a balance between Magic, but before I could ever continue playing, since I have a habit of messing around, playing in one part of it, then quitting for a while, it glitched out before I could ever finish the rest of the story. 3 different stories, or different sides of the story. Then was, everyone knows about Ansem the Wise, and then Xehanort, a foolish old man, and consumed by darkness. He is right, yes, the dark and light are balanced, or should be. But, since he did not uphold it himself, he fell to chaos and, by my guess, though it never says anything, he was part of the Keyblade Wars, and he knew a lot about it. That aside, what about Ansem himself? He did not know anything about this. He only knew about the different worlds and been trying to test the hearts. He was the one that actually made the Heartless. As for Xehanort, I'm pretty sure, had connection ties to the Unversed, the first version of Heartless. So, as you know, the Unversed were the first creatures to come. But ever since Xehanort took control of Terra, the body, you know what happened there. If you ever played the game fully, he took control. His memory was a little cuckoo, Xehanort's, when he went to Terra's body, but he finally regained. And then became Ansem's apprentice, but of course we all know how that turned out. He had 3 Heartless made, virtually, I'm pretty sure, something like that. Because there was a young, a old, and Terra as version. You fight Xehanort's Heartless, but since he was a strong Heartless, he could easily control himself. He was going around the world, blah blah blah, telling himself he was Ansem. And even his nobody, that foolish, his nobody even had more control. And since he was of a high power, a Keyblade wielder, but not in this game, not when he became Terra, the power somehow, as we all know, otherwise why would they have needed Roxas? Ven's nobody, aka Sora, since their hearts merged together at the end. I've never played the Kingdom Hearts, the last Kingdom Hearts supposed game yet, because I don't have a PlayStation 4 for when it comes out, or I don't have the game for the game station for the other game version, PlayStation PS, the portable. But I've heard stories about that. Not too many, of course. But Kingdom Hearts, as has been, Xehanort, blah, he wanted Kingdom Hearts. Supposedly, everyone knows about Kingdom Hearts. By now, if they played the games in order and actually paid attention. Kingdom Hearts is supposedly more than just the heart of all realms. It is a unique, very unique world. out from all worlds, where it's the purest, supposedly. Of course, no one's ever been there. Probably in Dream Drop Distance, the last one, I believe it's what it's called. You'll find out if you've ever played it. Now, let's take a little bit more in depth about how some of the first games like Kingdom Hearts 1, everyone knows Sora. But this kind of collides. No one, if you paid attention greatly, all three of the first Keyblade wielders, as Aqua, Terra, and Ven, they all met Sora and Riku. They gave, as you know, information and hope. But of course, the only one that got the Keyblade light was Sora. Riku, on the other hand, fell to darkness at the beginning. Of course, he was able to pull himself out, but very few people can, such as Xehanort. Then, as you know, they had to fight each other. Riku ended up in the realm of the dark, so on the light side, but of course, not in the realm of light. Even King Mickey. Somehow they got out, and there is a way out. Out. With the power of your heart, if it's strong. Even Ansem got pulled in it in the second game. If you unlock the bonus scenes. Yeah, Ansem got stuck with Aqua in the realm of light, dark. Then, well, Ansem knew what he was doing. He wanted to make the world right because he believed it was his fault. Not entirely, though he did bring the Heartless themselves out. It was Xehanort that brought everything to chaos. So, now, what about, let's see, Kairi? That's an interesting one, yes? Everyone knows Kairi, the lovable girl. She's supposedly, everyone should realize that they play Dream Drop Dream Drop Distance. No. Something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played the game. I'm pretty sure it's Dream Drop Distance. And no, Birth by Sleep. Yeah. Dream Drop Distance is the last game. Birth by Sleep is. And so, yeah. Everyone finally knows, even from the first game, it gave a slight enough hint that she wasn't from the original world. And she was a princess, one of the Disney princesses. Of course, not a Disney movie princess. No, if she was a Disney movie princess, she'd probably be very popular by now. Now, what about... then, we all know now, if you played Birth by Sleep, that she was meant... Okay, honestly, I don't remember, because I have to look at the cases again. Birth by Sleep or Dream Drop Distance. One of them is the last. But everyone knows now, if they play the game, she was a princess from Hollow Bastion, one of Final Fantasy's world, and of course that was a little more obvious if you paid attention to her clothes were more Final Fantasy versions, and everyone that played Final Fantasy know they have a steampunky look. One of my favorites out of those is Chocobos. The games like Chocobo Dungeons and all that. But as I said, the worlds got merged. You don't see any Chocobos in the games. But you do see quite a lot of characters you played with or played as, such as Cloud, or Cloud, Yuffie, Yuna, blah. But this is known for Kingdom. This is Kingdom Hearts. It's so far informational that I can come up with, since I again didn't have anything planned out. If you like this video, press like. If you think it's ridiculous, of course a lot of things I'm saying may sound odd. But, yeah, if you have any comments on so far this topic of Kingdom Hearts, Hearts of what I know, of course, as I said, the game was glitchy, getting the remix number 2, so, but yeah. Like it if you did. Okay, if there's any comments, any topics you want me to take a look at, just say the word, and happy hunting till next video.